We haven't been in the crawl space to see about the fireplace, but we've been on the roof and it looked pretty tidy up there actually. So now we're inside, and number one, the fireplace draws from the living space. And if you got all your windows closed and everything, I mean, this is the way they made them, I get that. But you see the cracks in the firebox? You see how they're white inside of there? That's called clean cracks. That means it's drawing air out from the walls. The fireplace needs air to operate. It needs air to breathe. It wants the same thing you want. You and the fireplace are in competition for air when you're running the fireplace. Just heads up about that. Okay? Now, this fireplace has gas logs in it. And they don't seem to be installed over the fire tray properly. Maybe they want it to come out the front. But if these logs are not installed properly, it's a gas log. It's not a gas starter. It's a gas log, artificial gas log fireplace. So it will not make smoke, but it will create soot. And if that's not installed properly, you're liable to have soot come outside of your fireplace. Over here, that is a gray plastic gas connector with white plumbing tape on it. White plumbing tape, not so big a deal. Not right, not so big a deal. But this gray has been illegal for years. I mean, it's because of a school blowing up in Oklahoma and all that. So anyway, this hasn't been in favor for years. And not only do we have this gray sheathed gas connector, which is brass underneath it, okay, not only do we have that, all right, but it's exposed to flames. I mean, this is an open flame. It's exposed to it. I mean, it's bad enough when it goes to the furnace, and it's bad enough when it goes to the water heater, but it's inside the fireplace. I mean, you're just kind of asking for it. The hearth extension should be a minimum of 24 inches. That is a throwdown calculation. Different fireplaces have different sizes, so you can calculate different hearth extensions. 24 is about in the middle. I go with that. The gas key is present. This is the gas starter over here. We're going to mess with that here in just a moment. Coming up underneath here, this is our lintel. It's a metal lintel, and then we got a metal throat for our chimney to draw for the damper. And all this metal expands and contracts at different rates than the brick. And all this is compromised up in there. And so now we've got these gaps that the heat can come up from the fireplace. And you can see kind of how it's been blowing in there and get between into the wall system. The damper will not open 100%. Okay, that's bad enough. And it's because all the creosote needs to be cleaned. But it does close 100%. How about that? It's supposed to have a clamp, well, almost 100% because of the creosote. That's the only reason. It should have a safety clamp. It should be cleaned. It should be operational. As it is, you don't have enough chimney, so it's going to go up there. It's going to get its air from there. You just really got... The system needs a little bit of work. That's it. Screens are not required, but you have a screen over there. Glass fronts, energy-saving glass fronts are not required. You don't have one, but it's just so that you know. So we got a key here. Yahoo! Key to the highway, right here on the right side. You might not be able to hear it, but I can hear it. And I can smell it, okay, because it's got the odorant in it. All right. So there we go. I'll put the key back where I found it. So what did we learn? We learned that in the attic, the fireplace is too close to combustible materials. We learned that we've got clean cracks. We learned that we got gaps around the lintel. We learned that our damper will not close 100. Well, will not open 100%, and it does not have a safety clamp on it to keep it from closing 100%. We learned that our chimney's dirty, of course. We learned that our gas logs are not lined up properly over the gas pan. I guess that's what it's called. We learned that we've got a gray plastic sheathed gas connector to the gas logs. Earth extension is not long enough.